Hello students, welcome back to the continuation of operations management class. And yesterday we finished unit 1. So under unit 1, if you think, we came to know how to convert the raw material into a valuable product through various procedures or processes. Manufacturing processes are there, like project process, batch process, job shop, isn't it? And also we came to know the interface between the production and as well as what to call the process. I mean to say the product life cycle and as well as the product process life cycle. Very important, this one. And previously we came to know how to mold any raw material into different shapes, like by cutting, shearing, welding. Okay, so like so many methods we discussed. Overall way, in the unit 1, what we learn means most of the procedures which are useful to convert the given raw material into a wanted kind of product. That might be a cell phone, that might be a two-wheeler, four-wheeler, a water bottle, or else let us take any confectionery item. All these are all nothing but what the final products which generally consumed by customers, isn't it? Now after discussing all these things, now we are starting today the unit 2. The unit 2 is actually meant for planning activities. So there are so many planning activities will be taking place in the operations management is concerned. Like the capacity planning, which is the overall way of planning the entire activities. And also in coming classes you are going to understand about aggregate planning, like master production scheduling, and also the sequencing of operations, maintenance management. These are the few concepts we are going to cover under unit 2. So before starting the unit 2, we have to understand what is planning. It's a very general term. Capacity planning is itself a very general term. So generally what you define planning means step-by-step activities which allows us to reach any final goal, isn't it? Generally planning activities will be considered keeping in view the future, the uncertain events. Then what even a capacity here? The capacity is nothing but it depends upon the context. Let us take the human being regarding the lifting of the weights, isn't it? So a physically healthy person may have the capacity to lift some 25 kg bag or else 50 kg bag. In terms of what you called his strength is concerned. Same way, a human being with what you call 10 years old or a boy may be not in a position to lift that much weighing bag, rice bag, whatever may be. That is its capacity. Here the term capacity is used to understand about the physical strength of those people. Some other way, capacity can be assumed as like this also. Like let us suppose that a person can complete one book of having almost 200 pages within 1 week. And one more person will be there, he may take larger time. He may take what you call larger time, like more than 10 days, 15 days. That is its capacity as far as the grasping situation is concerned. Here my intention is to make you understand the actual meaning of the capacity. Okay. Let us suppose that in Anantapur, you know very well, one plant is there. Okay, automobile, four-wheeler plant. Recently, that one started. Okay. There, let us suppose that per week some 10 vehicles can be manufactured. That is its plant capacity. Let us take any five-star hotel is there. It can accommodate within a day some 100 people. That is its capacity. So there the plant capacity is manufacturing sector. Here accommodating persons means service sector. So overall way, capacity in the sense, it's nothing but the overall output at any required point of time or is for any fixed point of time. Okay. So here, when you are understanding about the operations management, capacity planning has got enormous importance. Unless otherwise you know the actual capacity of your plant, the actual capacity of your service business, isn't it? So you may not be in a position to improve your business. You should know before itself, yes, the Delhi Automobile Manufacturing Company having the capacity to produce 400 vehicles per month. Some Chennai two-wheeler company is having to produce some 300 two-wheeler per week itself. So based upon that, the orders will be considered from the market. Because always there will be a connection between the production and as well as the marketing environment. Okay. Besides that, there are so many other factors are there which influences, which necessitates to have a capacity planning in advance. Okay. Now here, what is the capacity here? The capacity is the maximum output rate of a production or service facility. So here the capacity has been defined according to a company or according to a service unit in a hospital. Okay. Per day, only 10 patients will be taken care of. You will be observing outpatient block. Beyond that, the doctor may not be having the time to facilitate to attend the patients. They fix up that capacity, isn't it? Like that, if you take any manufacturing or service industries, the capacity is the maximum output rate of a production or service utility. After understanding the capacity, then what is capacity planning? The capacity planning is the process of establishing the output rate that may be needed at a facility. I already told you, whenever this word plan or planning comes, the future will be considered. Future information will be taken into consideration. So the capacity planning is done based upon the requirement in the future. Okay. Now, the winter is going to start. Okay. You know very well the consumption of tea or coffee powder will be more. The Tata Tea Company need to estimate so how much capacity planning is required in advance to mitigate or else to increase their customer base. I mean to say there should be more what you called output should reach to the market so to more number of customers can purchase that particular tea powders. Now, as far as the capacity planning is concerned, most of the time those are depend upon these three things. One is called equipment, The next one is the space and the employee skills. These are the three very, very important factors which influences the capacity and as well as the capacity planning. What do you know equipment? Here the equipment means machinery. Are you using outdated machinery or else latest technology you are using? Obviously influences the capacity. Okay. If you are using outdated machinery and if you want to satisfy the present context of the market, the present demand of the market, going to be very, very difficult. So if you want to mitigate or satisfy the demand of the what to call the market, what is required? You need to purchase new machinery, you need to involve new technology. Whether that is wise decision or not should be considered before itself. Hence influences the capacity planning and also space. Okay. Just now I told in Anantapur the Kia Motors manufacturing industry is there. And if they want to enhance its production capacity, they may start one more production unit in any convenient area, in any of geographical area of the India. Okay. So what do you call this constraint as the space? Obviously one more unit of the same kind of capacity will help to the appropriate planning, isn't it? So you call that one as the space constraint. The third one is the employee skills. This is very, very important. As you all know that regularly there will be employee trainings will be going on. The main intention would be what? Always the employee should be trained on new technologies, new improvements. If the employee is not on up to date, he may not be effectively functioning in the production area. By that overall production is going to suffer. Okay. I mean to say the employee skills are very, very important. So when an employee is always in a position to acquire new skills, new technology, obviously helps to the appropriate capacity planning. Here again appropriate capacity planning means matching with the existing demand, ups and downs of the market situation. So here the equipment, space, employee skills, these are the three factors which influences the capacity planning. Okay. Now generally the capacity planning very much linked with that of the forecasting of the things. What do you know forecasting? Forecasting means understanding, predicting the future. In this financial year, how much business we done. As you know very well, throughout the world for almost 6 months, everybody of us suffered with lockdown. Every company yielded losses. But if you take this what you call 1 month business itself, you can see there is a lot more development as far as the sales are concerned. You read the newspapers. Because most of the countries lifted that lockdown and people started coming out and even started to purchase so many goods. So two-wheeler, four-wheeler like vehicular things. So here the capacity planning is always what you call connected with that of the forecasting. Very good. Oh, class where am I? Oh, record करेगा तो बोलो. Oh, okay. So here forecasting. So capacity planning linked with that of the forecasting. So again the forecasting means what? So forecasting means connecting with that of the what you call the things which are going to take place in the future. So if you think, as far as the capacity planning is concerned, the forecasting would be how much is needed. This is most important. Now the month of what you called December, January, if you take, severe winter conditions would be there. So based upon that, people wants to have what you called some kind of supplement to sustain from this cold weather. Generally, they prefer to have coffee or tea again. So based upon that, more consumption means more production is required. Okay? Then to have the idea before itself, what is that consumption is known as what you call how much is needed. And also one more forecasting information is very, very important. You call that one as when is it needed. Okay? What do you mean by this? The time factor. So here the people of what you call northern India, which actually resides near to that Himalayan ranges, they find Kashmir, Meghalaya, all these, few kinds of states, they reign under severe winter conditions. Even from now onwards, as per my information. So, what do you mean by that? When it is needed, within 10 days or within 15 days, how much what you call production should send to that particular state? The actual capacity decision, again based upon the forecasting. And also, what kind of capacity is required? So here, this forecasting helps us what to call in predicting the actual machinery should be established, okay, and also the number of workers or employees should be employed, and the purchasing of the raw material. So all these kinds of information will be extracted by using forecasting methods. There are so many wonderful forecasting methods are there, like regression methods are there, time series methods are there. Okay, by using all those methods, we can have the capacity planning information like this: how much is needed, when is it needed, and what kind of capacity is needed. Understand? And now we discuss actually why you should go for capacity planning. I already told you, unless otherwise the capacity planning is meticulous, what happens that affects the future of the company itself. Okay? Future of the company itself. So here the reasons for capacity planning are like this: the changes in technology, the changes in demand and opportunity, perceived threats, and as well as changes in environment. So let us take these changes in technology. Very best example is our mobile phones. And 2 or 3 years back we used to have 3G phones, 2G phones. Now we are using 4G phones, 4th generation. Within few months, maybe in Indian market, you can experience 5th generation, what to call internet speed also, isn't it? The company whichever adopts these advancements generally will make good business. That's why if you take the present telecommunication business, you know very well Jio occupies super position because of this. How is it possible? Because they expected the capacities of what you call the people who are using their mobiles for various purposes, isn't it? So this is the one of the factor which influences, which necessitates for capacity planning. The next one is changes in demand. As you know very well, few products would be there. These products are known as, their sales will be based upon seasons. Okay, cool drinks are there, seasonal product. And sugar production companies would be there. Most of the time when festivals comes, more what you call sugar consumption will be more. Then what happens? More production is required. Whenever less production or less demand is there and more demand is there, based upon that, adjustments are required in the production area. So which is possible because of appropriate capacity planning. The next one is opportunity. The success of the business depends upon grabbing in the opportunity before itself. Okay. So that's why, as far as reasons of capacity planning is concerned, the existing opportunity grabbing is going to be very, very important. And one more reason for capacity planning is perceived threats. Okay. And the last one is changes in environment, seasonal changes, isn't it? So these are the few very, very important reasons which necessitate for capacity planning. Okay. Now I already told you the capacity planning based upon different situations. The car manufacturer is there. Maybe input capacity will be more number of hours, labor hours. More number of people are working for more number of hours. Generally, production capacity will increase. So more cars per shift. Hospital, you take one more industry. So comes under service sector. So best situation is the present situation. COVID. Even few hospitals take in hire few hotels. They accommodate these COVID patients by taking what you call on lease many of the hotels. Because cash making. Okay. So more available beds. So based upon more number of patients can be treated. Pizza parlor. So more hours of working, more production of the pizzas would be there. Just like our car manufacturer and retail store. So more floor space means more customers can get into the retail store, and based upon that it leads to the generation of the more revenue also. Getting my point? So this is called the way to understand the capacity planning. Okay. So capacity planning means meeting to the future expectations of a company within that stipulated time, fixed time. Understand? And now I am going to stop, and tomorrow we go for the various types of what called capacity plannings, right? Like long range, intermediate range and short range. Thank you so much.